Hello all. Today I will demonstrate you how to use indicators in Kotlin. Indicators like progress bar, seek bar and rating bar. So let's start developing Android Studio project. First of all, you can click on start new Android Studio project. Then you can choose the empty activity. Then you can click on next. Here you can provide the name of your application. I'm just giving the name of my application is indicator demo. Then you can choose the language. I'm choosing the language that is Kotlin, and then you can click on finish. Let me clear what I want to do. I want to take a one rating bar and respective text view. So whenever user gives any rating, I want to track that particular rating in my text view. Then I want to use the seek bar. Whenever user moves my cursor from seek bar, and that value I want to retrieve in my another text view. And then I want to put a progress bar. So let's start developing Android Studio project. First of all, you can click on activity main.xml file over here. Then you can just click on show system user interface. Then you can click on split and you can simply remove this text view. Now here you can just search for the control that is rating bar, and you can just move drag and drop your control over here. This is rating bar. By default there are 5 star. You can click on info constraint over here. By default it is 5 star. Suppose if you want to change the number of star, then you can use the property attribute that is num stars. For example, if you want to put here 4 star, then you can make it here 4. If you want a 1 star, then you can make it here 1. You can see the changes over here. I'm just making here 3 and 4, for example. So it will be 4 star. Now I'm just taking one more control, and that is a text view in here. So whenever you took this control that is text view, whenever user gives any rating, I want to track that particular rating in this my text view. So this is my text view. Here I want to set some size. So I'm just giving the text size, that is for example 8 point. Then you can just write here text style, that is bold. And instead of this text, you can just write a rating is equal to, for example, 0. Then you can simply execute your application. This is what the design is. Now you can just simply run your application, and you can see that yes. So you can see that here whenever I give any rating, see I am able to give the rating, but the rating is not reflected over here. So you can give the rating particular over here. You can just give the rating, but whatever I choose the rating that I want to reflect in this text view. So for that you need to write the proper code in main activity.kotlin. So this is my rating bar and this is my text view. So ID is text view and rating bar. You can move to your Kotlin file and you can simply write here rating bar dot set on click listener. Here you can choose the lambda function for the click listener. So set on rating bar change listener. Whenever the rating is changed, it will give you a floating point value. It can be a point a half. By default, the rating is point half. By default, you can give a half star or full star, right? Like this. Suppose if you want to give the rating in the different steps, then you can use the step size property. Now, I just want to give this rating. Suppose if this is a 2 star, then the two value will be the point value will be available on this floating point variable. So you can simply write here text view dot set text, and here you can simply write that rating is equal to, now you can write dollar floating, that is FL value, right? Now you can simply execute your application and you can see that what happens. See, whenever I select any rating bar over here, for example, see if it is 1.5, then it will give me rating 1.5. It is 3.5. But what if I want to give the 2.25 rating? So you need to set the property, and that is a step size. So here in rating bar, you can just set a step size that will be 0.25. It means you can give the 1/4 rating in particular 1 star. So let me execute the application and you can see that now I will be able to give the 0.25 rating. For example, I want to give the 2.25. See, it will be a 2.25. And suppose if you click over here, then it is 2.5. Suppose if you click over here, then it is 2.75. And suppose if you click over here, then it is 3.0. So this is the way you can give the rating to your rating bar star. Now I want to take one more control over here, and that is seek bar. So you can simply search for the control that is a seek bar over here. You can simply move, drag and drop your seek bar control, and you can just put over here, and then you can click on info constraint. Here in this seek bar, you can give the size. So I'm just giving the width, that is 100 dp, so it will be resize. Here you can make it 200 dp also if it is required. Now I'm just taking one more text view. So whenever user select the value of this seek bar, I want to retrieve that particular value in this text view. So you can just click on info constraint. This is the text view number 2, and this is my seek bar. Here in this text view number 2, I want to set that the value is equal to, for example, 0. Then you can just give the text size, that is for example 8 point, and then you can give the text style, it is bold. Let me execute this application. Here you can see that there is a two control I had taken. One is the seek bar and another one is the text view. So whenever user provides some value over here, for example, you can see that this is 1.75 rating. But whenever I change the cursor of this my seek bar, it means whenever the progress is a change, I want to retrieve that particular value in this my value text view. This is the text view number 2. So for this, you need to write the code in Kotlin file. So I'm just moving to main activity.kotlin. Here you can simply write that seekbar dot set on seekbar change listener. Now you can write here object colon on seekbar change listener, and here you can call it anonymously. Whenever you call it anonymously, here in object you can implement the methods. So you can just press alt enter and you can implement the member. There are three basic methods are available for the seek bar: on progress change, on start tracking touch, and on stop tracking touch. Don't want to write the code based on the on start tracking touch and on stop tracking touch. I want to write the code for on progress change. It means the whenever the progress is a change. For example, see this progress is change. I want to retrieve that particular value in this text view. So on progress change, that value is available in this integer variable, that is p1. So you can simply write over here text view 2 dot set text, and you can write that progress is equal to dollar p1. This is your variable, that is parameter 1. You can simply write C. So this is my parameter 1. You can simply write progress is equal to dollar p1. Even you can write the value is equal to, and you can simply run your application. And now you can see that whenever I change the cursor of my seek bar over here, for example, see the value is reflected, that is value is equal to 100, it is 0, and you can change your value of your seek bar. Even you can give the rating also. So there are two indicators that I had talked about. Now I want to take one more indicator, and that is progress bar. In progress bar there are two types of progress bar. You can search for the progress bar. One is the progress bar, that is a circle, that is generally used whenever the time is not defined. For example, let me take here one progress bar. You can just simply move, drag and drop the progress bar over here, and then you can click on info constraint, and then you can just execute your application. Whenever you execute your application, you can see that this is the progress bar, and this progress bar is a circle progress bar. It is indeterminate. Generally it is used by some of the system when the time is not defined, or whenever you can say that the system get hangs, at that time they are using this kind of progress bar. But I want to use the progress bar that is a horizontal progress bar, and for that you can search for the progress bar again, and you can simply move, drag and drop the progress bar, that is horizontal progress bar over here. Then you can click on info constraint. You can give the same width that we have given to our seek bar. So I'm just giving the width, that is a 200 dp. So here you can see that the 200 dp width of the progress bar is available over here. Now I just want to trust that the progress bar is working properly or not, but for that you need to write the code. So let me execute my application. Here you can see that there are two types of progress bar. One is the circle progress bar that will be executed like a indeterminate mode, right? This is my rating bar and this is my seek bar, but I want to check that this progress is working properly or not, and for that you need to create a thread. So and you need to write the code. So I'm just moving to main activity.kotlin. Here you can write the code for your progress bar. So I'm just writing the code, that is progress bar 2. Why? Because the progress bar 1, that is related to circle progress bar, and this is the progress bar 2, this is related to horizontal progress bar. So I'm just writing progress bar 2 dot set progress. Here you can set if it is required. I'm just setting the progress, that is progress 50. And now you can just execute your application and you can see that what happened to your application. This is the progress bar number 2 and the progress is 50. Here you can see that this is the static progress, and the fixed progress, it will not be increase or decrease. But if you want to increase this progress bar slowly, then you need to use either thread and runnable, right? So what I will do, instead of making this progress static, I'm just taking here one thread. So here you can call the thread with runnable, and here you can just call the start. So your thread will be started. Now I'm just taking one variable, count is equal to 0, and then you can just write the simple condition while count less than or equal to 100. It means the while the value of my this counter variable is less than or equal to 100, till that moment you can set the progress, right? So I'm just incrementing the counter plus is equal to 10, so the value will be increment to counter variable, and then that particular value you can set to your progress bar. So you can just write progress bar 2 dot set progress count, so your value will be added. And then you can just pause your particular value for milliseconds. So I'm just using the thread.sleep, and you can pass 1000. So for 1 second it will take a pause, and after that the value will be filled to your progress bar. Whenever you execute this application, you can see that what happens. See, here this is my rating bar, I'm able to giving the rating bar, this is my seek bar, and here you can see that the progress is gradually increase, right? So this is the way you can implement the progress bar, rating bar and seek bar in your application. Suppose if you think that I want to use the progress bar dialog, then you can just take a one button for the progress bar dialog. I'm just taking a one button over here, and that button I'm just clicking on info constraint. This button is download button, for example. So I'm just clicking on I'm just giving that this download is the button. Yes. So this is my download button. So whenever user click on this download, I want to open the progress bar dialog. So this is the button. Here you can just write the code for the same. So I'm just writing the code. Whenever user click on this button, button dot set on click listener. Whenever user click on this button, I want to open the progress bar dialog. So I'm just taking up one variable PD is equal to progress dialog, and here you can pass the context, that is this. Then you can just simply write pd dot show, and then you can just execute your application, and you can see that whenever user click on that particular button, the progress dialog is open or not. So here you can see that this is my rating bar, this is my seek bar, and this is the progress bar. Now whenever user click on this download button, see, progress bar is there. By default progress bar is that is circle progress bar. Suppose if you want the style is horizontal, then you can set the style over here, pd dot set style, and here in set progress style you can just write a progress dialog dot style, that is horizontal, right? and then you can just call the function that is progress dialog dot set title, that is download. And here you can just set the message if it is required, progress dialog dot set message downloading. Right now you can just execute your application and you can see that what happened. Instead of this instead of this circle progress bar, my horizontal progress bar will be launched whenever I click on this download button. So see, this is the downloading from %0 to 100, and the downloading is my message and download is my title. Now I want to increment the value based on my counter variable. So you can use the same thing that you did earlier. For example, like this, you can just copy this thread and you can do the same thing for your progress dialog. So based on the value, it will be the progress will be filled. But instead of progress bar 2, now you can just simply call a pd.set progress, right? And then you can simply execute your application. Whenever you execute your application, you can see that what happened to your application. This is your rating bar, this is your seek bar, this is the circle progress bar, this is horizontal progress bar. Now I am just clicking on download. Here you can see that the progress is increasing gradually. But what happened whenever it reached to 100? See what after the it reached to 100, automatically this progress dialog should be dismissed, but it is not, right? So here you can write the condition that if counter is greater than or equal to 100, then you can call that pd dot dismiss. It means my progress dialog should be dismissed after it reached to 100%. You can execute your application again. Now you can see that the this is my indicator of rating bar, this is seek bar, this is circle progress bar, this is horizontal progress bar, and now I'm just clicking on download. See, 10%, 20%, 30%, and whenever it reaches to 100%, my progress dialog will be automatically dismissed. Yes. So this is the way you can implement indicators in Android Kotlin. That's it from my side. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all.